Welcome back, all my fragrance fanatic friends and beauty besties. It's Jamie here, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day today. If you have been a longtime subscriber for a while, you have witnessed with your own eyes the perfume journey I've been going through, the evolution of my nose. And there are some things that I just used to not be into that I'm absolutely loving now. A year ago, if somebody would have told me I was going to make a video about patchouli fragrances, I would have laughed at them and said, no, that's not for me. But now I love patchouli, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, there are lots of fragrances with patchouli in it somewhere in the notes, but what we're talking about is more of the more dominant patchouli, like the perfumes that have a very noticeable patchouli, a more dominant patchouli to them. So I will leave the links to all the perfumes we're talking about today in the description box below. If any of them are Amazon links, I do get a commission for that. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's kick things off with Britney Spears' Believe. This is an amazing fruitchouli. A fruity patchouli scent, like so good. The guava in here, it is so juicy. I mean, when you spray this out, it is a sweet, oh my goodness, it's such a sweet blast of fruity juiciness in your face. And then it mixes with this like earthy patchouli, and it just, that mixture together, it's so good, you guys, so good. So highly recommend it. And this one is really inexpensive as well. So highly recommend this one. Next up, we have a rose and patchouli combo. This one is Velvet Rouge. And you guys, this is like $25. And to me, you know, I'm no expert or anything, but to my eyes, this looks like an expensive bottle to me. The cap's really nice and weighted. Like, I love this bottle. And the scent inside does not smell anything like a $25 perfume. It smells like a $200, $300 perfume. It's so well done. And when it's definitely changed some since I first picked it up. It's definitely thickened up, and the projection and the longevity is much better on it now than it was when I first got it. I think it was like a month, maybe 2 months ago. Can't be quite sure. But this is definitely one that once you get it, spray it out a little bit and let it sit for like a month, and then it just richens up and gets so good. So this is a very thick, sweet, earthy, woody patchouli mixed with a very sweet, thick, almost syrupy, jammy rose. And then there's this tea note in there, and that is what elevates this to the next level. It makes it smell so good, that combination there. It gives it a little bit of green, almost a little herbal aromaticness to the patchouli and the rose. That just, the combination, you guys, is really intoxicating. I love this one so much, and it smells so expensive. And it is one of those perfumes that it's like shining in the fall time. Like, yes, you could wear this. You can wear all your perfumes whenever you want. But when that weather starts to cool off some, like, this is really, really like just hitting the spot this fall for me. Love it. And the next one we're going to be talking about is also a rose and patchouli. It is very similar to the one we just mentioned, but there are some differences as well. First off, in the cost. This one is called Hippie Rose. And this one was around the $150 range. So big price difference there. But they are both that thick, earthy, woody patchouli. And they both have a very sweet, jammy rose. However, in this one, it's less sweet than in the Velvet Rouge. And also, this one does not have a tea note. It has an incense note. So I don't know, it just makes the patchouli a little bit dirtier smelling. It thickens things up some and just kind of deepens everything up. And it just gives it this really like a dirty, raunchy, sexy quality to it versus like a more, I don't know, I picture this as being more upscale, sophisticated sexiness. You know, so there's like differences, but they're very similar. They're both very much predominantly patchouli and rose. But like I said, this one has the incense in it. So I love this one as well, but I will say I have to be in the mood for this one because this one is, out of all the patchoulis, this is the most dirty, like real naughty, raunchy dirty of all the patchouli perfumes we're going to be talking about today, which sometimes I'm really in the mood for and sometimes I'm not. It just depends. But I also do really enjoy that one. Next up, we have the Ilang 62, which is the dupe for the Ilang 40 something by Le Labo. That perfume is so expensive, you guys, the original to that. But this one I think is spot on. So it has a very, very earthy, thick, earthy patchouli mixed with this ylang ylang, and the ylang ylang is coming off like a woody, dirty ylang ylang. And it's a little warm, spicy. It's got that mossy earthiness to it. But then there's also this gardenia that comes into play. And she's so creamy and sweet and kind of lifts things up a bit. So it doesn't stay very, dirty, earthy, mossy. Like, I don't know, it just elevates it up some and gives it a little creamy, sweet brightness. Just really love that combination of those two things. The next one we have is Honorable. Now this one is labeled as like a men's cologne type of thing. And I gifted it to my husband, but he liked it. He did like it, but it's not his favorite. His favorite is the real patchouli, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But, so I took it back. I was like, I will use this for sure because it is a fresh, juicy, fruity, aquatic pear mixed with this earthy patchouli, earthy, woody patchouli, and then there's this leather note in there as well. So I could see some people not liking that. I've seen a lot of bad reviews on this, but I love it. So this is definitely not a safe blind buy. And I think it's because maybe the leather plus this aquatic fresh pear, I feel like the combination of that might clash for some people, but I really enjoyed that combination, especially with the patchouli. But this isn't like a new car smell leather. The leather that's in here, to my nose, is coming off more aged. It's more of like a worn in leather. But just, I love pear. I love pear. So mixing that with the patchouli and the leather, and I love it. And I mean, would I say this is, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would say this is a little bit more masculine smelling to me. More masculine, but leaning unisex is how I would describe this. But, of course, it's not going to stop me from wearing it, and none of that to stop anyone from wearing anything they want. I'm just giving you, my thoughts on, this was in the men's section. So does it smell more masculine? Yes, it does, but I still love it. Now let's go with the Burberry Goddess Intense. This one is very, very sweet, vanilla going on, just like the original. It has the lavender, just like the original, except for the lavender in here is definitely like, she's more loud. And that is because the vanilla is amped up to the extreme. And in my opinion, it's amped up to the extreme because that patchouli has come into play, and that thick, earthy patchouli mixing with that vanilla has just made it more intensified. So the lavender is more intensified to kind of balance it out. And I just absolutely love it. The way that the patchouli makes the vanilla in here smell is just mouth-watering and just a thick vanilla sweetness. Love it. And then the next one is Britney Spears Fantasy Intense. Now there's the original Fantasy. This is Fantasy Intense. And so they are very similar. In both of those, you're getting the sweet cupcake. It smells like a white chocolate cupcake to my nose. Fruitiness going on. But with the Intense, I feel like the jasmine is amped up more, giving it this sexy white floral going on. And it's mixing with I think the woodiness is also amped up. And there's this earthy, thick patchouli. And with all those things kind of combined, it just really, it intensifies the scent of what you get in the original, but it also makes it sexier, way more sexier and more grown up. I mean, this is definitely like, I could see any older woman wearing this perfume, but this just because it's in a Britney Spears fantasy bottle. I get some people don't want to get those because they're like, oh, they're more like, youthful or childish or whatever. But with this one, no, this is very like, she is a lady. She is not a little girl. Like, she's not just flirting around. She is a woman who knows what she wants, and she's going to go out and get it. Like, that type of vibe is what I get from this one. Absolutely love it. Next up, we have Adorn. And this is another one that, is really fairly inexpensive, but it just looks so, like, I love the bottle it comes in. It just looks so, I don't know, like very niche looking and very heavy and weighted and expensive feeling. And the smell inside is so good. It's so like well blended. But again, this is one that you want to spray out a couple times and then let it sit for about a month, and this will thicken up big time. This has got a lot of cedar in there, a lot of woody cedar, but there's also a very earthy patchouli going on, a very thick earthy patchouli. And it's warm, spicy ambers and some sweet vanilla. There's like a mossy, earthy woodiness going on in here, mixed with the sweet vanilla. And it's so good. It's very sexy and upscale, like sexy in an upscale way, not like in like a raunchy way like it was with the hippie patchouli. And I definitely see this one is being unisex. Like, to my nose, it just comes off more unisex leaning to me. Although it really, like, all of these come off very unisex to me, except for Believe by Britney Spears, the Britney Spears Fantasy Intense, the Velvet Rouge, and the Hippie Rose. Those four definitely come off more feminine to my nose. But everything else we're talking about, very, very unisex. But there's also one in here that I would consider very masculine, in my opinion. That is the Real Patchouly. And this is my husband's favorite that he loves to wear. And I love the smell of it. And I wouldn't mind wearing it on myself either, but it's just a little bit too masculine for my taste personally. But that doesn't mean that anyone out there can't rock this. This is a very earthy, dirty patchouli. There is a lot of woodiness going on in here, some sandalwood and cedar, and there's a warm spicery, oh my gosh, a warm, like spicy, ambery smell to this, and it's a little sweet. There's some tobacco in here as well. I feel like the tobacco, to my nose, for me personally, the tobacco is what's making this more masculine smelling. But I love the smell of this on other people. Absolutely love it. I think it's such a high quality patchouli scent that is very, very sexy. Next up, we have the Aromatics Elixir. And I know this is not everyone's favorite, so I'll try to be as brief as possible. There are a ton of notes in this perfume. It's got all the notes. It's got all of them. Think of a note, it's got it in here. It's very aromatic, woody, earthy, spicy, herbal. There's some aldehydes in here. And I think the aldehydes mixed with that herbalness is maybe what people are not liking, because it can come off a little medicinal smelling. But here's the thing. You have to get an older bottle. Do not buy from Joma Shop. Do not buy from Clinique or wherever they sell the Clinique stuff. Get your bottles from eBay or Macari, wherever they sell used older bottles of Aromatics Elixir, that is where it's at. That is where, ooh, that is what's so good. So I'm talking like it needs to be a bottle, like you want the juice, the darker, the better, the juices. The older the bottle, the better. It only gets better as it ages. And the aldehydes get toned down, like almost smothered out. Like there's hardly, you know, just like a small percentage of aldehydes in the older bottles. And the patchouli gets amped up and everything becomes so thick and sweet. It just thickens the whole perfume up and it gets sweeter and it smells so good, you guys. But it has to be an older bottle. At least 5-6-year-old, 10-year-old bottle would be even better, you know, but that's where it's at with the really good earthy, dirty patchouli. Oh, it's so good. Next up, we have the Cannabis and Cacao perfume oil. You guys, I like perfume oils, but I really would much prefer an actual bottle, like I mean, I know this is a perfume oil, but I would prefer like an actual perfume, like spray perfume. If this was one of those like actual perfume bottles with a spray, you know, atomizer on it and you could spray it out, oh, this would be, I would pay any price because would be one of my very top favorites for life if it was that. But because it's a perfume oil, to me, I'm not a huge fan of having to roll it out and stuff. I love the smell of it, but I'm just not a huge fan of the roller balls. You know, I just prefer spraying. This is so good, addictively good. My husband actually stole my first bottle of this. Thank goodness they're inexpensive, but he stole my first bottle of this. So I had to go out and get a new one, but it's okay because I got my revenge. I stole, you see that little plant in the white thing there? That was his. I stole it. So now we're even. But anyway, this has a sweet cinnamon vanilla swirl with some sweet cocoa powder, and then you've got this earthy patchouli mixing in with that, just making it thicker and sweeter and just mouth-watering. Ugh. And then there's this cannabis note in there. And I've never smelled cannabis before, but I'm assuming that's what I'm smelling because there's something a little green, aromatic, almost a little minty in a way, but not like what you would think as a traditional mint. But like that, I'm getting a little bit of that, and I'm assuming it's coming from the cannabis, but it's just kind of helping to balance everything out really nicely. I love it so much, so much. And then we have Gothic II. Now, I still only have my sample size, and I'm like, I'm trying to ration this out. I've got my 5 ml here, because I love this so much, and I do want to get a full bottle of it. It is such a dirty incense patchouli, like it's incense and patchouli mixed up together, which makes it very like dirty, earthy, dark, sexy patchouliness going on. And then there's also vanilla, a sweet vanilla in here. But then it's got this frangipani. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm saying that word right. I always butcher the name of that word. I love that flower. It comes in. Like, so you've got this dark, like it's very gothic, gothic, dark, heavy perfume, but then the frangipani, oh my goodness. That flower just kind of, it's hard to even describe. It just gives it this tropical, sweet happiness to it. So what I'm picturing in my mind is Wednesday Addams skipping through the beach. Like she's on the beach. Wednesday Addams is on the beach and she is skipping and smiling. Like that, it's like Gothic meets like tropical vacation, like a fun tropical vacation, like mixed together in a bottle. And I just love that combination. And I think this would be an amazing summer date night perfume. It would be too much during, like, if you've got high humidity during the middle of summer, really high humidity going on, you're laying out at the beach. I feel like it would be too much for that. But for a summer date night, when the sun has already gone down and it's starting to cool off just a little bit, I think this would be amazing, very sexy. So those are all of the patchouli fragrances I have in my collection that I absolutely love. Please let me know in the comment section below if there's some other patchouli dominant type of perfumes that I need to get my nose on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And remember, before you go, to seize the day and overspray. Bye, guys.